What's up, good people? Welcome to Alex Real Deal Reviews. We have made it to the end of this series. And oh, what a slightly disappointing series it was. But on the positive, it actually helped me set a goal and complete it by doing this series of reviews on YouTube. So for that alone, American Horror Stories gets a thumbs up from me. Good job. You did it. So for this review, I'm going to take more of a commentating approach, and then at the end I'm going to kind of sum it up, because this was a bit of a roller coaster episode, and I really want y'all to see how I was watching this episode. Like, I should have went live, but I'm not responsible for my words or actions if I go live, so it's better if I edit. So live, that's out of here till paycheck come in handy. So all right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into it with the season finale of American Horror Stories, Game Over. All right, so we are back at Murder House. When in doubt, or if you're on the struggle bus, just make an episode about Murder House and you'll be right back in it. You know, that's Ryan's bread and butter right there, baby. Murder House, can't go wrong. So opening scene is with the couple staying at the Murder House, which is now a escape room extravaganza. Again, I still don't understand why people would come to this house, even look at it, let alone actually go inside. And you know, they kind of answer that question when the girl asks something like, why do we seek out scary monsters and ghosts and stuff like that? And oh boy, he said, pretend monsters, let us forget about the real monsters. Now, I did not know I was going to get a word this episode. All right. Amen. Yes. Okay, so as the night goes on, they follow these notes and do kind of like a scavenger hunt of some sorts. I don't know. It's not important. And somehow they find themselves in the basement because it's scary. You're supposed to go in the basement, right? And there are a lot of ghosts here, and they all want to kill them because it's Murder House. We want you dead and we want to murder you. It's self-explanatory. It's in the name. Murder House. So at one point, the girl, you know, she's getting scratched up by the ghost and hair really hurt, and she's like, wait a minute, this is too real. Like, we're not supposed to be getting hurt. And I'm like, duh, it's too real. It's Murder House. Have you read anything on it? And game over. Actually, it wasn't real. None of it was real. It was all a game. Really? That's how we open it up? Little fake? Oh, all right. I already see we on the bull this episode from that. But that little brief 5 to 6 minutes of episode was better than the previous 3 episodes. So I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. So this lady, she created this game, which is pretty much Murder House based off of a TV show, because somebody turned it into a TV show. I don't know. And she created this game as a way to bond with her son, so she says. And apparently he's a big fan of the show of Murder House, and he proceeds to let her know her game is trash, that she don't know nothing, because she had ghosts that weren't even killed in Murder House, ghosts that weren't even on the season of Murder House. she had them in the game. And he's like, nah, you gotta, if you make a game, you gotta get with the details, honey, okay? And so, how else can you get the specifics of Murder House so you can get the game right? By going to Murder House and buying it and becoming the new homeowner. Because nothing can go wrong when you go to Murder House, right? I mean, the previous 20 seasons is proof that nothing ever goes wrong when you go to Murder House. But hey, it's Murder House, literally the foundation of American Horror Story as we know it. So I ain't mad at it. Y'all can make another season of Murder House. I'll probably watch it. All right, so it's Halloween, and this is when the ghosts can roam free in a way for the night, and we have a new homeowner. And I'm gonna give you one guess on what happens. Guess. Miss Game Creator, of course, suffers a very gruesome death, as all homeowners before her have suffered. It's almost a rite of passage at this point. You buy the house, you die. Congratulations. So yeah, she's dead now. I guess she is. It could be another part of the game. I don't know at this point, with the fake earlier. So a year passes, as they say, and it's Halloween yet again. And the mom, she finds her son trick-or-treating. So I guess she really is dead. And that's what you get. Sorry, I can't feel bad for people dying at Murder House with history showing you probably don't want to come here. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Alright, so son is obviously very upset with her. He was like, man, it took us like 3 days to find your body because you lied to us saying you were going somewhere and you ended up buying this house and going there and getting yourself killed. So he's pretty pissed off at her, and that's very understandable. I'd be mad at my mama too if she went staying at some murder house where a lot of people been murdered. Like, no, Mom, you knew better. You knew better. Anyway, old boy is upset, and he says you should have never went to that house. It's just full of pain and anguish, and he says that someone needs to burn it down so the house can stop collecting bodies and everyone and the spirits can all move on. Now, my memory ain't what it used to be, but the house is on hallowed grounds. It's a very supernatural house. Like, the Antichrist was there. It's the foundation of supernatural. It don't get no more than that. And I could have sworn on another season someone tried to burn it down at one point and it didn't work. So this idea shouldn't work, right? And even if the house somehow burns down, the spirits should still be trapped because it's the premise of everything. It's the grounds, the roots, that evil in the roots of the ground, the land. You ain't burn the land, so they should still be trapped, right? Listen, it bet not work. Okay? It bet not work, because if it does, I promise I won't watch another episode of anything that has to do with American Horror Stories, because what you're not gonna do is insult my intelligence. I've been watching the show a long time, and you're gonna tell me all it takes is a little matching gas and boom, spirits free? Whatever. Don't insult me, and don't insult the spirits that been trying to get. It better not work. I know that. So anyway, the night's coming to an end, and all of the ghosts again are returning home, and here comes old boy, and he got that gas, and he ready to end it all. Now, of course, some of the ghosts, Ruby, aren't very happy, with this. But the other ghosts are ready to go. They ready to leave, and whatever shot they got, they taking it. So they all jump Ruby to stop her from, killing the boy from burning the house down. So she is able to send a message to little orphan Scarlett Johansson, and she zooms back in her little whatever car. I don't know. Look like a hoopty, but it might not be. She zooms back to the house to try and stop him, but unfortunately, she's unsuccessful, and Murder House is no more. He burned it down. And supposedly we are to believe that is all that it took to free the spirits. Been 50,000 years. Bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies. Death, death, and more death. But a child, out of nowhere, figured out the key. Just burn it down. Duh. Y'all have lost your mind. Wow. Anyway, I don't know how much time has passed, but little orphan Black Widow is back, and she returns to murder condos now, because they built condos on top of the land, which defeats the purpose, no? I mean, why build anything on that land? But whatever. I don't even care at this point, because I'm done with the show. Like, no, I'm done with the show right now. Anyway, the realtor, he, says that he regularly checks in, makes sure nobody's dead. And so far, there seems to be no sign of any ghosts. So I'm guessing the fire did work. Kudos on solving that mystery that's been plaguing on years and years and years. Anyway, Scarlett, she still has some hope that it didn't work and that somehow Ruby is still there. Because obviously the ghost that murdered her fathers and that she only knew for like 3 days, she just can't go on without her. Wow. And guess what? She's in luck, because in pops Ruby, and she says she decided to stay behind because she knew Scarlett would be back. And she said all the other girls chose, because they had a choice all of a sudden to stay or leave. She said they chose to move on. And game over. All of it was part of the damn game. None of it was real. None of it was real. Like, I was fully prepared to stop watching these shows. That's how serious I was. So I'm very thankful that I get to continue to watch the shows now, because my intelligence wasn't insulted. So thank you, Mr. Murphy. Kinda. Thank you. Because see, the ending of this episode was a bit strange, because at the end, the last scene, the camera pans slowly off to the side and it ends with the red ball. That red ball that the disabled kid of old girls back at Murder House had in the attic. What kind of Inception ending was that? Because, like, are they still in the game then? Like, was it a game? Is it real? Like, are they ghosts? What's happened? Like, was that her reality after moving on? Was that she made a successful game and she got to share it with her son? Like, I don't know, because and you know what? I don't want to know. I'm done with this show and this series. It's game over, really. And that was the roller coaster that I went through with this episode, and I really wanted to share that with you guys, because Yeah, I had emotions. It was definitely one of the better episodes, but that's not really saying a lot with this series. Overall, I thought there were maybe 3 decent episodes, but see, if you coming back with the second season, I'm gonna need a better percentage than that, you know? So I'm hoping if there's a season 2 that they'll take some of this positive criticism and hopefully improve the quality of the episodes, because it seems like I'm not the only one that wasn't really feeling this series. So we'll see. Just letting you know, season 10 of American Horror Story double feature, it premieres this Wednesday on the 25th on FX. So I probably won't be reviewing that, but you never know. If the spirit moves me, I might hop on here and say a few things. I saw the preview, and yeah, so we'll see how the season goes. Again, thank you all for sticking with me through this series of reviews. I'm hoping to continue on with this, set a goal and completing it. I kind of like that, so I'm gonna try to keep that going. Don't know when the next one will be, but it will be. So again, thanks for watching, and I'm off to the next review.